Yes, welcome to the 4th episode of Go 1 to 100 podcast.
So fast is the fourth one.
Yeah. What do you mean by so fast?
It just feels very fast.
Well, time flies, right? Is it because you did 2 episodes in a row and then you just change your shirt? Maybe, yeah.
So fast.
Okay, oops, okay, people are waiting for a topic, right? So we need to share that. What's the topic for today? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the topic we're going to share with you today is how are financial advisors compensated? In other words, 他们怎么赚钱的? Okay, or in that case, how do you actually pay them? So today, of course, same here, we have Daniel and Xiaoqing and myself here today. Probably I can chip in some as well, some thoughts. Yeah, then we will be sharing with you how what is the remuneration model for financial advisors. Yeah, probably maybe not just in Singapore but also worldwide. But of course, I will talk about what are the majorities in Singapore, how they are being compensated. Okay, so anybody want to start the ball rolling?
I think the most common way is a commission-based remuneration, right? If let's say I buy a product from a financial advisor, then the advisor will have a commission. That's as simple as that at this point in time.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's the most common one for Singapore context.
Yeah, same thoughts. So when a client purchase certain products from the financial planner, the financial planner actually get paid from the insurance company.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, so that's my understanding. And this is the usual method that I know that's happening in Singapore. Of course, I have friends in Australia as well. They share with me that actually Australia has always been using a fee-based method, whereby they craft out that financial plan for client, and because of the consultation that the financial planner give to the client, they are actually paid by the planning fees. Yeah, so it's a fee-based model in that sense.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. So
Which
you
is
just
what both Xiaoqing and I are practicing also.
as well as myself.
Sorry, we missed you out.
是我呢，真是的。
You're interviewing us, right?
Oh yeah, okay lah, then you share. Okay, then I go for you. Okay, so basically they mentioned 2 types, right? So we have a commission-based model, which is purely commission, and then you have the fee-based model, which is a mixture, and then you have a fee-only planning. Okay, of course, since there are, so let's talk about these 3 different types. Of course, there are also other types, but these 3 different types, right? Shall we talk about the pros and cons?
Now, what's the difference between fee-based and fee-only, Henry?
A fee only, that means they do not collect any commission at all.
Oh.
It's either, okay, so there could be 2 possibilities, right? One possibility is I write a plan for you, right? Whatever implementation you do yourself. Maybe you find someone to do the implementation for yourself, like taking up insurance yourself somewhere and things like that. So I just help you to go through the planning which is suitable for you. Yeah. Of course, I also heard of companies that when they write a plan, then they will so-called rebate back the commissions for insurance products. Yeah, so technically the clients don't pay any commissions on the insurance, then they will only pay for writing of the fee and planning of strategizing of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's fee only.
Oh, that's fee only, right?
Yeah.
I understand. I can't share on others' behalf, but I prefer to be fee-based planning.
Okay.
Because it is a commission-based planning, right? I'm not sure whether the product that's recommended to me as a consumer is the best product for me, or is it the product with the highest commission to the person who's advising it. So to me, I prefer a fee-based or maybe fee-only advisory to me. Yeah.
Same for me, because if I'm only getting paid through commissions, for us we can't really recommend any products until we know the client's financial situation. And we do spend time strategizing for the client, collecting of information, thinking what is the best way out for them. This whole process in fact takes up majority of our time with our client, that consultation process that we have with our client. And at the end of the day, deciding something, a path that they want to proceed ahead. Then after the products will come in. So if we are only paid through the commissions of the product, sometimes we won't even know how to recommend that product without understanding the client financial situation. So we feel that we prefer to be remunerated based on the amount of time we spend with them, on the amount of work that we spend behind the scene, rather than just through the recommendation of the product.
Agree. Yeah. I mean, to put it in another way also, that means sometimes when you do up the financial plan, right, probably the client's well covered, probably the client's well invested, and there may not be a need to take up additional products. But it's also an ongoing review of the overall finances, including the cash flow. Yeah, including the cash flow of the client, which is in this case is not remunerated by we call it the product manufacturer in this case.
Yeah.
but it's still an important part of financial planning.
Yeah, especially when some clients come to us telling us that, hey, Xiaoqing, I want to decouple my property. Instead of staying in my EC now, I want to have a HDB plus a private property. So we have to do different scenarios planning to understand what is the impact of that decision they want to their finances. What is asset position after this property change? What is their cash flow going to look like? And what if in the event of a vacancy, without the rental income, how does that affect the cash flow? So with all this scenario planning, sometimes it could take us like easily a few weeks for us to work out the different scenario, going back to the client, help them to see the impact of the decision that they have to their finances before deciding the next step. So this whole process alone sometimes take weeks, sometimes it takes months. And at the end of the day, they may indeed not need any financial products at this point in time. What they want is a real, authentic financial advice on what to do with their property. So with that in mind, of course, there's work and intelligence as well as professionalism needed in that time. And if we don't get paid for this entire process, it's also not going to make sense for us to do that. And yet, this is such an important step before they go into their property planning. Yeah, and that's why to us, financial planning is really not about long-term planning. It's about understanding the future consequences of your decision today. Yeah.
Thanks very much, Xiaoqing, for your sharing. Awesome. Awkward. That's really powerful.
Yeah, basically what we do in financial planning is not about introduction of product, it's not about doing some investment, taking out some insurances, it goes way beyond that. Financial planning is really about helping them to understand with today, this is your dream, your aspiration, projecting to the future, what is the consequences going to be like. So for us, our job is more like painting a long-term vision to help them understand if no changes is being made today, what is your life and what is your lifestyle going to be like 10, 20 years down the road. So when they understand that consequences, then they'll be better able to make some decision today based on their dreams, the Ferrari that they hope to achieve, that landed property that they hope to have in their bucket list, whether it makes financial sense and whether what is the possible consequences that's affecting all this.
I understand. Oh, sorry. Daniel, anything to add on?
I think it's about okay. Let's say we look into designing your home, for example.
Yeah.
Last time our parents or my parents used to go downstairs to the furniture shop and then they buy off the rack, and put it in at home. So my dad went to Singapore. This called Singapore Furniture.
Okay.
They sell all the rosewood furniture. He bought a 3-seater plus a 2-seater, 1+1 plus a dining table. After putting everything in, then he told me, wow, very cluttered.
No space to walk.
Very cluttered, no space to walk.
Quite digi.
So in the end, he asked the movers to take back the 3-seater and the 2-seaters. Only left the dining table.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's what happened. So there's extra costing involved also to move the whole thing around. So that's what my parents used to do in the past in order to buy furniture. But nowadays people go for interior designer. They go for interior designer. They design the whole space. They look at the whole space before fitting in the different furniture at this point in time. Yeah, so I think it's about understanding the space that you have financially before you fit in the products.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Awesome.
Otherwise, you could end up having to declutter your financial portfolio, which is something that we do quite often. And of course, through the decluttering process, sometimes we may not be earning much from them, but it takes us time, research to read through every single policy, every single investment product that they're getting into, and the list goes on and on. And of course, we are one person, we cannot know every product, we need time to really research. And at the end of the day, understand whether that does indeed fit into their financial plan or not. Yeah.
So pertaining to such fees, there is on top of when clients come to us for planning, they pay us a fee as well. What do you think when people's perception of this so-called planning landscape is, majority is commission based. Technically, they don't feel like they are paying anything, right? So what do you think of this perception of so-called free advice?
Wow.
Not paying one, right? So free advice. Any thoughts that you want to share pertaining to this?
Free advice.
Because if it's commission based, right, they don't have to come up money from their own. It's included inside the premium already, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So I always believe in there's no free lunch in this world. Advice doesn't come freely, and when advice comes freely, I think sometimes you need to be quite wary as well. What is the purpose or the intention behind the advice? Yeah. And if, for instance, if a consultant is only going by, if today I'm only going by products commission. If let's say that client is not going to take up any product at this point in time, that's not what they need at this point in time. Does it mean that I have that capacity to be serving this client? If all they need is a consultation, understanding their cash flow, how about clients who are also in some form of debts? They will not need product, but they do need like coaching. They do need financial wisdom in order to get them out of debts.
Totally agree.
So if we are only paid by commissions, right, it means that we have to force feed some product into them to ensure that our practice continue to stay sustainable in that sense. Yeah.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So going back to the renovation, right? You can also choose between having a contractor or having an ID for you, right? So I tried both before. When I tried the contractor, I have to trace every single detail. I need to go for Hafari, you know Hafari, to choose your tiles. Hafari is a place where you can choose your tiles. Then I need to go and choose the lightings. I need to go and choose the toilet bowl, everything. And then I need to tell the contractor where to fit everything. But that's for a contractor, which is fine also. But I went through this whole process. So recently I'm going to renovate my new place. I actually engaged an interior designer. I just need to tell him, okay, I want this inside. Can you tell me what's your concept and let me know? So he plans out everything for me. I do pay a fee, but then I have less hassle within this whole process. Yeah. So it depends on what you want at the end of the day.
Yeah, totally agree. At the end of the day, it's really about client-centric needs focus. What does the client need from us at this point in time? So if they come to, just like if you sign up for a gym membership or you sign up for a personal coach, right? Personal trainer, you want that person to give you that discipline to be able to do your workout, to be able to train the upper muscle that you're trying to do. And it's the same for financial planning. Sometimes they just need someone to be there with them, to walk through that journey with them, get them out of debts. Develop that savings habit, to be calling them, how are you doing today? Are you able to save a bit more than what you did last month? And of course, all this takes time. So sometimes it all depends on what the client needs from us at this point in time. Do they want some products to fit into their finances? Do they want an advisor for them to see the overall picture of their finances? So at the end of the day, what pricing model really depends on what the client, what kind of service our client need from us at this point in time.
And there's really no right, no wrong. So let's say I want to work out, I can go to another gym to work out. Or I can engage a PT like what Xiaoxing mentioned. And I engage a PT because I wanted to be injury free. Although I injured my back recently.
That's because it's not
because
working
I
right.
went to pick up something. Anyway, that's another topic altogether. So you can choose to go to the gym or you can engage a trainer. It depends on how you want to tailor make this program for yourself.
We continue to serve clients who only allows us to complement a certain part of their finances. For instance, some of them they only want certain products. They know exactly what they want to do. They manage their own investment portfolio. For sure, these are actually clients that we are happy to serve as well. So at the end of the day, it's really for us. It's really like a mama shop. Depending on your needs, it's really what we call needs-based planning.
And let's say I'm unwell, I can choose to go to the pharmacy to get the medicine. If I'm clear of what medicine to get. But if I'm not clear, I think I better not anyhow get medicine or medication because it might be the wrong medication. So I choose to go to the doctor, pay a fee, and get consultation.
Awesome.
Thank
you very much for sharing. So that's the perspective from paying a fee approach pertaining to planning versus just purely commission based. Thanks for sharing. With time running out, of course, we will stop here for today. Probably, if you feel that you have anything that you want to add on again from today's episode, which we didn't manage to have a time for, let's do it another time.
Sure.
Okay, thanks for watching for our episode today. And don't forget to click the subscribe button if you have not, and give us a like if it resonates with you, or give us some new perspective about how financial advisors are being compensated in Singapore. Okay, and thank you very much for your time, and we'll see you at the next episode. Since there's a ting tong, I don't know whether you can hear it. The ting tong is reminding us to stop. Okay, bye.